Getting close, boys. Getting close. Looks like we're boys and girls. Looks like I took this when I left it on as a runner, and if it stops me out, I don't care. But it probably will. But let me just show you my trade setup. Oh man, I just moved that around. I don't know that I need it because it was one that failed. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna lose this one. Well, we're leaving it on as a runner. We're going to leave it on as a runner. Let's just see. It's going to get stopped out. There ain't no doubt in my mind. I would have to move it down. Yeah, there it went. Okay, so up 684.18 on the day, 52.525 on this combine. Getting close, getting real close. Okay, so let's put this back on here. Up here, I've got this on a 30-second right now because I had to catch that run up. Right here, I put the breaker, and we kind of pushed through it, meandered around a little bit, and candle bodies did respect it, but I was really thinking ES was going to go to that end wall, so I didn't take it. But this was a high on a 4-hour candle, so we had swept the liquidity, so I was keeping an eye on it. When we got down here and we took these lows, I thought we might reverse, so I marked out this breaker as a potential bullish breaker. And once it was violated, I went ahead and sold short, aiming for opening range high. And that's where I caught my best trade. It was a nerve-wracking son of a gun because it did move against me a little bit. But I went ahead and sold short somewhere in this range. And then when we came down here, I had to go to a 30-second chart and identify the last up close candle before that liquidity run was this guy right here. So this would be our breaker. And candle bodies went above it, didn't even touch it again. So I went ahead and took a long with a couple of micros and made a little bit more money. I was aiming for 700 with one and intending to leave one on as a runner, hoping we would continue up. We may not. I think I'm done trading for the day. I kind of want to put one on as a runner and just see if it'll take all that move, all this downside move back, or get back up here to this breaker. That would be really cool. Or maybe even just half of the run. But at this point, I don't really have anything to go on. I mean, we've got more low-hanging fruit down here that we didn't touch. I actually moved the opening range, I think, because let's see if I can get a hold of that opening range high. It's actually about right here. We dipped into it a couple of times. We do the 30-minute candle here. This is our first candle of the day. So yeah, opening range high is right. You dirty rat. Opening range high is right there. And we do have some candle bodies there that are of interest. So we could potentially sell short here. I don't want to sell a bunch of them short, but maybe one. We'll try it. And just try to catch a little bit more of that move to the downside, at least the opening range high. Or maybe back down to the breaker. Right there. Would be fine. That's a $100 bill on a micro. I'll take it. And maybe it bounces off the breaker and goes back up. Maybe I lose this trade. But this little PD array right here, this is a 30-second. And you can see we pretty much green candled all the way up to it. So we really don't have a red one to go off of, which would be our last down close candle. The one it seems to be reacting to, if we went to a 15-second, let's do a 30-second. Let's just see. Okay, so there's our 30-second breaker. And I had one like this yesterday, and I just didn't trust it because it was a 30-second breaker. But the market reacted to it 3 different times and pulled away. So it does have some cred. So we'll see what happens here. If it was just a dance between those 2 PD arrays, that would be fine with me. Make sure I have that highlighted correctly. We'll call this our bearish breaker. Potentially a bearish breaker. And we just aim for that PD array right there. If it's wanting more upside, it should come back down and touch that breaker there. But it may not. If this gets violated, then we're going to have more upside potential. So that's also something to keep an eye on. If we break through the top of that, which it's at 702, very possible that it gets revisited. But that is my setup. On a 1-minute chart, it wouldn't be my setup because there wasn't a red candle. But this, the way it ripped up there, looks like a liquidity run to me. So we took out liquidity at the high. So this would be a reversal signal. That's what I'm basing my trade entry off of. I'm a fader of the extremes, and I like when a high gets taken, I like to see if there's a reversal signal that shows up afterwards. And so far, this could be a range or it could be a reversal signal. I would have liked a lot better to enter up here rather than down here. But as long as the trade works out, it'll be all right. If I wanted to get real froggy here, I could sell one more, because I do think we're going that way. Come on, get me in there. All right, there we go. And that increases my profit down here to 175 instead of just 100. And maybe instead of taking profit here, what if we just took a little profit there? We're going to get stopped out, aren't we? What if we just took a little bit of profit there and we moved that down to there and just put a buy one right here at this PD array? Is that a possibility? If we do reach down to it, we'll see. And we'll leave that other one on as a runner and see how far out of bed this thing wants to fall. We could just take profit there and just say, hey, we made a little bit of money. We made $1. But that is my setup, so I do need to trade it. Even if it's wrong, I need to trade it. I do want to take some of this risk off. I'm not really in the mood to lose $100 at this point of the day. dancing around the 73, made it down to 60. We put up a nice little wick configuration there for a revisit. Left that low. I find myself getting very impatient at this time of the day. I just want the trade to be done. I've already been sitting here for a long time. And any of these retraces, bleh, they just make me sick in my stomach. We could definitely go back up there and stop this thing out. And there's that back to 80. Don't want to see it go much higher than that. If we go much higher than that, we're probably going back to the round number. It's really moving a lot. Micros have come in real handy today because I lost a lot of trades and was able to recover relatively quickly because of the volatility. It is non-farm week, and manual manipulation is definitely in play. So I don't know, I might have to take this one off. If it'll give me a little money, I'll take it. I'd heard a video the other day about, there's a couple of type of trade setups. There's one, it's type A. You trade your system and it works. That's a good trade. There's another one, type B. You trade your system and it doesn't work. And both of those are good trades because you've traded your system. So this is my system. I'm trading it. That's my signal. And time of day isn't perfect for it, but it's not awful either. Oh my gosh, it's 2:55. Oh, that's New York time. So we're good. We got another hour for this thing to do its deal. Both of those are good trades because you've got to trade your system when you see it. Even if it loses, you got to do it or throw your system out the window. I don't like the fact that we're not pushing through these wicks aggressively, and we have this fair value gap. We also have a volume imbalance there. So I'm kind of tempted to take it off. Just put that $41 in the bag. But just for the sake of the video and the sake of this is my system, I'm going to let it run a while. But I do think I might go ahead and take this risk off. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, we don't lose anything. It's looking pretty nice right now. But that volume imbalance might be a reversal point. If you don't know what a volume imbalance is, it's right here where these two candle bodies don't touch one another. That's a volume imbalance. You can see them on all kinds of charts, daily, hourly, weekly, whatever. And a lot of times the market will trade back down to it and then reverse. But this is looking pretty good. We're up $100 right now. See if it respects this PD array. Where's the bottom of that PD array? Let me get rid of this guy. What did I say I had to go to? Like a 15-second chart or something for that? I think it was a 30-second chart. Yeah. So that's the top of it. And the bottom of it would be all the way down here. All right, so we got that one. So now we're wanting to see this violated. Candle body's violating that entire order block for our runner to maintain validity. So far, it's looking pretty good. But could respect it. Okay, so we're pushing on through. Nah, not yet. Not until a candle body closes below that are we pushing on through. So now how far down do we go? Do we just take this low? Or do we go to opening range high? Do we go to the center point of the opening range? All the way down here? I mean, it's a runner. Let's let it run. We already made our profit on it. Let's take some of that risk off. There we go. Keep it one PD array. Like this is a fair value gap here. We'll keep it two fair value gaps away. So we've violated that order block is no longer valid. The breaker rather, bullish breaker. And we're pushing through the lows. So we get a little reaction here. Yes, we did. We got a big reaction. Look at that. Two PD arrays away. Is it gonna hold? It did not hold. All right. That wasn't a bad trade. What is this? Okay, so we're up 835. We're $334 away from getting funded. And I am done for the day. I'm not going to trade anymore. I think tomorrow might be a better setup for it. But this running, I mean, that's a 50-point move right there in a 30-second candle. It's too much for me. Remember to be kind to yourself. Be kind to one another. I love each and every one of you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. See, now we've pushed through this order block again. You could take a long, aim for that one. But I'm not going to. Y'all have a good day.